put your hands on your head. Bring them down by your side.
Just send a mail to the Tijuana Jail.
Ever heard a hit song from the 60s and thought, who on earth let this on the radio? Yeah, you're not alone. Some 1960s songs, despite their chart success, rubbed people the wrong way. Maybe it was the voice, maybe the lyrics made no sense, or maybe the hype just didn't match the sound. But these tunes? Oh, they sparked debates at kitchen tables, in record stores, and even across generations. So buckle up, because today we're counting down the top 10 most hated 1960s songs. And trust me, some of these might just rattle your nostalgia. And hey, don't take it personally if one of your favorites shows up here. We love the 60s too, but let's be honest, not every track was a masterpiece. 10. Swinging on a Star. Big Dee Irwin FT'd Little Eva, 1963.
How would you like to swing on a star?
This remake of the Bing Crosby classic had a funky twist and the charm of Little Eva. But for many listeners, it just didn't swing in the right direction. It felt forced, like two styles awkwardly mashed together. The song never quite found its groove, and despite the talent, it came off more like a musical gimmick than a fresh take. Why do people hate it? Because it tries to be too many things at once, and ends up being none of them well. 9. What's the use of breaking up? Jerry Butler, 1969.
What's the use of breaking up when you just turn around?
Jerry Butler, usually the master of smooth soul, somehow released this melodramatic track that felt more like a soap opera theme than a solid soul jam. The arrangement is stiff, the pacing feels off, and the lyrics fall flat.
Since we had the same conversation, well, it couldn't have been more.
Why is it hated? Because it turns heartbreak into background noise, never connecting emotionally the way Butler usually could. It left fans scratching their heads. 8. Shy Girl, The Cascades, 1963.
Shy girl, shy girl.
After their massive hit, Rhythm of the Rain, the Cascades followed up with Shy Girl.
If only you were mine.
And, well, it didn't exactly set the world on fire. With a sleep-inducing melody and some of the most awkward teenage sentiment ever put to vinyl, the song quickly faded. It had none of the spark of their earlier work and felt like a step backward into blandness. Why is it disliked? Because it drips with indecision and dullness. People just couldn't feel anything from it. R7. Don't Say Nothin Bad. About My Baby, The Cookies, 1963.
Don't say nothing bad about my baby. Don't say nothing.
This girl group jam was supposed to be fierce and protective, but instead came off clunky and repetitive.
Oh, don't you know?
The message was clear, but the execution, not so much. It's got charm, sure, but it wears thin fast. Why do people hate it? Because it never evolves. It's the same hook over and over. Sweet at first, annoying by the third verse. 6. Let's Turkey Trot. Little Eva, 1963. Another one from Little Eva that aimed for dance floor fun, but landed in novelty song territory. The idea of turning a turkey trot into a national craze may have sounded cute in the studio, but on wax it's pure cringe for some. Why do folks roll their eyes at it? Because it feels like a manufactured trend no one really asked for. Fun once, but painfully silly after that. If you're enjoying this nostalgic trip or maybe shaking your head in disagreement, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment below. What's your most hated 60s song? Or better yet, which song do you think doesn't deserve the hate? Alright, on to the top 5. Year 5, Lazy Elsie Molly. Chubby Checker, 1964. You know Chubby Checker from The Twist, a cultural phenomenon. But this follow-up track about a lazy girl named Elsie Molly? Total head-scratcher. It's got a marching beat, cartoonish vocals, and lyrics that feel like a rejected children's book. Why do people hate it? Because it feels like Checker was parodying himself. The charm wore off, and quick. Number 4. Joey's Song, Bill Haley and His Comets, 1961. Instrumentals can be powerful, but this track, it felt like background music for a forgettable scene in a beach movie. Bill Haley had already peaked in the 50s, and Joey's Song didn't do him any favors. It lacked edge, energy, and excitement. Just a wandering melody that didn't go anywhere. Why do listeners dislike it? Because it doesn't move you, just meanders around. doing nothing memorable. 3. Tijuana Jail, the Kingston Trio, 1960.
To the Tijuana Jail, I was shooting dice.
The Kingston Trio had hits, no doubt, but this novelty tune about a wild night in Tijuana turned jailhouse ballad felt more like a campfire skit
Just send a mail to the Tijuana Jail.
than a legitimate single. The humor was thin, the tune repetitive, and the cultural tone, well, let's just say it hasn't aged gracefully. Why do people hate it? Because it feels like a joke told badly, and one that tries too hard to be charming. Number 2. Simon Says, 1910, Fruitgum Company, 1968.
Put your hands in the air. Shake them all about.
Bubblegum pop strikes again. Simon Says literally feels like you're trapped in a never-ending game with a hyperactive elementary school teacher. It's meant to be playful, but after the third, put your hands on your head,
Put your hands on your head. Bring them down by your side.
most adults were ready to pull their hair out. Why do people hate it? Because it's juvenile, like being musically babysat. Fuck. Number 1, Apples, Peaches, Pumpkin Pie, Jay and the Techniques, 1967. What even is this song? A kitchen inventory list set to a horn section? It's upbeat, sure, but the lyrics are so juvenile and the production so chaotic that it sounds like 3 different songs stitched together. Why is it hated? Because it sounds like a jingle that somehow escaped into the top 40. People wanted soul, and they got snack food. Hit that like button if we stirred up any memories, good or bad. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the sounds that shaped your life. And hey, tell us in the comments, which 1960s song made you reach for the dial? Until next time, keep those vinyls spinning, but maybe skip a few tracks along the way.